How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm uploading a new video because the last time I uploaded an actual video was, I think, like a year, maybe 2 years ago. But it's been a while since I did so. I've been uploading shorts, especially the last month since I've been doing little short videos of the artwork that I did for October. It's not really Inktober. I don't follow the Inktober prompts. I just kind of make my own prompts, and they're typically just fan art that are inspired by Halloween, such as like Dracula, like the artwork I'm going to be going over today in the video. Uh, like Dracula, Victor from Victor von Gerdenheim from Darkstalkers, which is a game I've been playing a lot this last month because of Halloween. And honestly, like I've always liked a lot of the character designs for that game, but this is the first time that I've actually like gone out and bought the game and played it. I did so with the Capcom Fighting Game Collection, which I highly recommend. Honestly, I've noticed that I'm starting to like fighting games more because I used to not really be like a big fighting game person, but uh, because I've when I play video games, I have a hard time like getting into them, like starting to get into them. So it's nice to have like a fighting game where I can just like jump into it, play for a little bit, and then you're done, and then you just move on with your life after the few matches, and you don't have to worry about like leveling up or anything to that nature. So it is pretty nice. Not that I don't play longer form games. I'm still stuck on Baldur's Gate 3 where I just cannot stop playing it and put it down. But today, we're going to be going over other games other than those two. Basically, my favorite horror games, favorite scary games, games I want to play, games I want to finish, because there's a couple that I never, like, I started, never got a chance to finish it because I'm really bad at finishing games, like, insanely bad at finishing games, which I think it's more so just because if I play a game, I get used to the controls and all that stuff and the game mechanics. And if I don't play long enough, or if I go too long without playing the game, then I completely forget the mechanics. And the harder the game, the harder it is to pick up the mechanics again. And then it's too daunting. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just never play this game. I guess I will never finish God of War 2, God of War Ragnarok. Platinum the first game because I loved it. I can't remember why, but I never finished. But the second one, God of War Ragnarok, and then I'm just kind of I don't feel like going and relearning all the controls and stuff and whatnot because it's kind of a tough game, which a lot of people know. But anyway, again, not the games I want to talk about today. I want to talk about horror games because it's almost Halloween. It is the 29th, so 2 more days away. Wednesday, so Friday it's going to be Halloween, and it's a little sad because I don't like when October is over and I don't like when Halloween is over, but Christmas is pretty cool too, I guess. So, but anyway, yeah, we're going to go over the artwork and also, yeah, the other games. So basically, which I'm going to play them on DaVinci Resolve, so I'm going to play the video on here so I can kind of go along with it. So yeah, I just basically did Dracula. It took me a minute to really get the pose down that I wanted because it looks really awkward at first, um, especially with the arms. Like I didn't like I wanted it to be like it's like straight on. I didn't want it to be super. Uh, what's it called? Uh, I can't think of the word. But yeah, I didn't want it to be too symmetrical. That's the word I wanted to use. So that's why I kind of have him leaning to the side. His arms are kind of like a little wonky, a little bit. That and like I couldn't get his like once I did the full design, I couldn't get his legs to look right, so it was kind of like bothering me and everything. And I decided to go with the armor because I wanted to work with bigger shapes, and it seems pretty. I thought the armor looked really interesting, and I like the big shoulder armor or whatever you call it, and everything like that. And I like the silhouette of his claws coming out, of his claws coming out to the side. I messed around with this so much, and originally I was just gonna do like black and white ink drawings, but then I kind of which I did the first two. I did this one, and then the second day of art, the second artwork I did the I started using color. But just because I feel like I started taking up way too much time when I was doing the ink drawings. Whereas like the color, I do the flats, and then you do some of the like gradients, and then you just do cell shading on top of that, and that's usually pretty quick. By the end of like the last couple of days, I started doing portraits, and those were only taking me like an hour to do because of cell shading and just kind of getting used to it. Whereas I think Dracula and the second artwork that I did, ink, like just ink drawings, like those took me a while. Like I could see on here the length of these videos, and the first two are pretty long, and then the third one where I stopped doing inks and I just did flats and cell shading, it's like half the length of the other two videos. So yeah, it was saving time because I had other stuff I wanted to work on, which I'll do more videos on later. I'll do more videos doing these as well, not just the shorts, because that's again all the 60-second versions of these are on the shorts uh, part of my page. But anyway, that's enough about this particular artwork. Also, yeah, well, real quick, I wanted to mention uh, I changed up the hands because I didn't want it to be too symmetrical, and most of I ended up giving up and just going, all right, let's do the main body symmetrical, and then we'll do the arms different, so it's makes it a little more interesting. Anyway, let's do favorite scary games, and these are not really in any particular order. I just kind of like started throwing them down, have it over on this screen so I could look at the camera while I'm talking about it. But anyway, one of the first games I wanted to talk about was Visage. I played that. I started seeing videos for it like early. I think it was like 2018, maybe even 2017, where I started seeing the videos for it. It looked really interesting. I played the demo. Yeah, I played the demo where you just had like the two, because it's split up into four sections essentially, like four different, I guess, ghosts or apparitions. I'm not going to spoil any of these games or anything like that, but that's essentially the gist of the game as you're uncovering the story. But the demo had the first two parts, and the demo was really good. Finally, once the full game came out, me and my sister ended up playing it, and it was a great game. It's like super unsettling. Uh, it's not like really like jump scare heavy. Like if I remember, because it's been like 2 years since we played the entire thing. I don't remember it being very jump scare heavy, but there was always like always like little things that would happen to where you're just like, if you're on high alert the whole time because you're going through these tight hallways and stuff like that, and you're hearing stuff like throughout the house, so you're on high alert, and you'll like catch little things here and there that just kind of like really add to the creepy atmosphere, and it's does pretty good at uh being a horror game essentially. um yeah, it's just a great game, and uh I think it was only like a team of like three people that did it. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And that kind of like leads me into the second game, which are like, again, these aren't really in order of like my favorite or anything like that of all time. I mean, these are all my favorite of all time, just not in any particular order. Madison was another one that me and my sister played around the same time as Visage. That one was really good as well. Um, yeah, that was such a good game, Madison. Honestly, they're kind of similar. I really like the use of the camera that Madison uses and everything, like that whole concept of the um, game. Same thing. I don't remember there being like a whole, like maybe like a couple of jump scares towards the end, but most of it was really just like atmosphere and the fact that you have like it's almost like the another game like I'll be talking about, Outlast. Outlast was another like really good game that I liked. That was really creepy in the use of the video camera in that game, and then the camera like just a regular Polaroid, I think it was, in Madison. Uh, Both really effective ways of doing horror, and also like I like the idea of like you take the picture of the Polaroid and you're trying to like shake the Polaroid, and and then you have to like wait and see. Like, oh, did I catch something? Is there a ghost on the picture? Like, there doesn't seem like anything's there, but I took a picture, so maybe there is something there. Um, so I think that does those two games do a really good, are really effective at building atmosphere and making things creepy and scary without throwing in jump scares to just kind of cheaply scare you into being scared. um, Obviously, I don't have a script for this. I have bullet points, but I don't really have a script, so I'm just kind of going off the cuff. I hope in future videos I'll probably have more of a script, but for now, I just wanted to make this kind of easy going and stuff like that. But anyway, the next game. So I guess I'll just talk about Outlast next. I really liked Outlast. That one we played. I think me and my sister played again, like way back in the day when that first came out. And that game was really good. The chase sequences were really fun. That one definitely had jump scares in it, but and then like the main bad guy Chris was super creepy and scary, and I would not want to be in anywhere near that guy in real life, uh, or anybody like that guy in real life, because that was that's it's pretty off-putting. But next game, Resident Evil. Well, actually, we'll just tackle all the Resident Evils because I have the Resident Evil 2 remake, the Resident Evil 4 remake, and Resident Evil 7. Honestly, you could add Resident Evil 1 to that to the list, like the GameCube remake one. I really liked. I like all of them. Never played the Resident Evil 2 original. Never played original 3. I played the original 4, which honestly I should have put that on here. Other than the remake was really good, but 4 was obviously the original is like top tier game uh, of all time, like one of the best games of all time. Resident Evil 7 again, uh, super creepy, very creepy atmosphere. I like the story of 7. I kind of agree with a lot of people. Like the main character, Ethan, he's kind of dry. I understand the idea behind keeping him a dry character, but um, at the end of the day, I don't think it really takes too far away from the game. I will say some sequences toward the end kind of like derail it a little bit, and that's the only Resident Evil game that I haven't like played multiple playthroughs of because I was just like, I think the first playthrough just got me enough to where I was like, all right, I'm good. Like, I'm not putting myself through that again. And so yeah, that was Resident Evil 2 remake. I think I played. I was gonna say I played the most. I would say the original Resident Evil 4 I played the most. But the remake I really like doing. Like I would watch because I wanted to get the S rank on all the different playthroughs that you can do, and I thought it was real fun watching. There's a YouTube channel, Darkness, that I liked watching, and he did like he went like super in depth with it. Like went over the game. He had like notes and stuff for like going through it, and he's like, you got to do this, and you got to do it like almost like the exact way that I'm doing it if you want to get through it. And it was kind of fun because it's almost like doing a puzzle, that he's kind of like guiding you through, and you have to. It's almost like a like Mario. Like I think the same thing with like Mario Maker levels, where you're just kind of like they're the hard ones, and you like slowly like you keep having to restart, but as you go, you like slowly make more and more progress, which I thought was really cool and what I liked about Resident Evil 2 remake. And I think that's why I got so much out of the Resident Evil 2 remake was because of doing stuff like that. Um, RE4 remake, I think I maybe played like twice. No, I played it a couple times through because I wanted to do different difficulties and play with some of the different like unlockables you could do. Which that's one thing I really like about the Resident Evil games is like the unlockable aspect of it, and the collectible aspect of it. I really liked the collectibles. I liked getting collectibles in RE2 remake. The fourth one had some. Didn't really do it too much in Resident Evil 7, but anyway, those are kind of Resident Evil series. I like the other games. I really like 8, although 8 to me wasn't really like scary. Um, but I did enjoy Resident Evil 8 a lot. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 9. Didn't really play too many of the spin-off games, which actually I didn't even add to my list, but some scary games that I want to play. I do want to get into the what are they? The Revelation series because I never that was my cat. Uh, the Revelation series. because I just never got a chance to play those. They seem pretty good. I hear a lot of good things about them, so I definitely wanted to try those out. RE1, played the GameCube version. Uh, I really like it. I love the foundation of it, like the backtracking aspect and everything like that. Like you get new items and you go back. Um, the Metroidvania style, I think it is. But yeah, anyway, those games, another game series I really liked. I was Dead Space. I played the original one. I don't think I ever got to finish the original one, but I do have the remake, so I'm going to play that at some point, and I'll just finish the remake. Um, the second one I did play through the entire way, and I remember it. Um, I remember Dead Space 2 more fondly, or better, I guess, because it was at the time like my dad. I was living with my dad at the time, kind of like on the weekends, and he like worked night turn, going into work at uh 4 in the morning, or 4 in the afternoon, getting off at 4 in the morning, kind of stuff like that. And so he got like blackout curtains. Uh, so when he slept throughout the day, and now I just remember like when he would go to work, it would be like 4 or 5, so it was like still kind of light out. So I'd use the blackout curtains so you can make the room dark so you can play the game. Scary game in a dark room, make it nice and extra scary. But Dead Space 2 was really cool. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there's anything like specific I can remember from it. Um, just because it has like that was probably 10 years ago that I played that game. But it looks like we're getting close to the end. I might add another time lapse into this, make it a little longer, maybe make it 20 minutes. So I'll probably add one more time lapse after this. And but yeah, continuing on. Until Dawn was another cool one. Loved Until Dawn. Played that through a couple times, which that one's like easier to play through a lot because you want to see which characters you save and who you don't save. I think I only lost like two of the people the first time, and I don't think I remember any of the other different playthroughs I did. I think there was one where I think one time I was able to save everybody. But yeah, that was a really cool, fun and interesting thing to get into, game to get into because it was so different at the time, and it was like a slasher movie, which was also pretty cool and interesting. And then Alan Wake was another one that I really liked. That was really fun. I like the flashlight mechanic, and you have to like basically flash the ghosts. I think they were. I can't remember exactly. Again, that's another game that I played like years ago, like a decade ago when it came out. And that's another. Alan Wake 2 is a game that I want to play. That's one of the ones I actually have on here. So I played the original. Really like the original. The second one looks really cool, and I really want to play that one. So, uh, yeah, get into those. And then another one that's like random that I just like thought of after I was coming up with the list, like just at the last second. I was like, okay, Cold Fear. Like that's a game I played like a long time ago, but I remember that game being really fun and interesting. I never thought about like horror on like a ghost ship and stuff like that. Not that they were all ghosts that you're fighting, but the idea of like using an abandoned ship to as like a horror setting was really fun. I like the mechanic. I like the boat swaying and stuff like that. I think that was the mechanic that I remember was you have like the boat swaying back and forth, and like that would like mess up your shooting sometimes, like when you're aiming and whatnot. So that was really fun. And then I would say one of my favorite games of all time is Vampire. That game was super fun. I love that one. I played through a bunch of times. I 100% completed it on the PlayStation. And actually, originally when I first played it, I only played it for a little bit, put it down, and then the next, I think I played it like during Halloween one year, and then the next year when Halloween rolled back around, that's when I started playing it again, and that's when I like completely finished the entire thing, and it became one of my favorite games. Um, of all time, really. Like I like the idea of like you have to say like the different outcomes that happen depending on what you do. Like Um, you can let, I think one of the achievements is letting all the different districts in the game just like completely fall into disarray, and it makes the game so much harder. But you get stronger as like that's like kind of the game mechanic is, you know, to make the game harder on yourself. I think it was like you save more people, and then like if you could, and but you don't get to level up as much because you're not like using your vampire abilities. So you make the game harder by saving more people and not getting experience. But if you do start doing more vampire things and like killing more people and stuff like that, then you get more experience. It makes the game easier. I like both styles of playthrough. The only downside of the game I would say is probably just like the combat, maybe. I'll say yeah. Like I mean, the combat was pretty cool. Like it wasn't bad or anything like that. It just that was the only thing that's probably like not the best part of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But most all of it is still love the entire game. I'm probably gonna play through it again at some point. I got a PS5 a couple years ago and I lost a lot of my PS4 games. So wrap this up. Those are my some of my favorite scary games of all time that I love playing. Some of the ones that I want to play that I haven't gotten a chance again. I have the Dead Space remake I want to play. Uh, Alan Wake 2 is another one I really want to play that looked interesting. Haven't had a chance to check out Phasmophobia yet, although my sister says it's really fun. I don't have a VR or anything like that, and I feel like that, like, and that's actually another thing I would like to play. Like, if I play Resident Evil 7 again, I want to play it on the VR. I think that would be really fun. Really, crap my pants playing that game. And then also Alien Isolation. Haven't had a chance to play that one. I hear a lot of good things about that, and the Silent Hill 2 remake. That's another series I never really played any of the games but I really want to get into it. And eventually I'll buy the Silent Hill 2 remake at some point. I'll probably play Silent Hill F at some point, or at least I want to. And I don't know if they might be like remaking some of the other games. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. And then some of the games that I started and never got a chance to finish. One of them I guess it's kind of like a horror game, but Control, which is the same people that made Alan Wake. Um, excuse me, and I think it's all like the same universe too. Like they're connected as well. So that's another reason why I want to finish it. I want to finish all like Alan Wake 1, maybe even replay that one because like I said, it's been a while. Play Alan Wake 2, and then finish Control. Again, Control's another one I'd have to like rebuy the game unfortunately because it was for PS4. I don't have a PS4 anymore, and woe is me. But uh, anyway, yeah. So Control. I want to finish Bloodborne. I never finished that one. Never finished Dark Souls 3. Speaking of Bloodborne, because I couldn't. I got stuck at the the one fight where it's like you have to like you're fighting the big guy and he has like his brother on his back. I could get the first part of it done. The second part, I die every single time, and I just got frustrated, and I was like, all right, whatever. So I just never finished it. But maybe at some point I would go back and finish Dark Souls 3 because I do really like the game. The game was fun. The combat was amazing. I liked the idea of having to choreograph the enemy and stuff like that. So I enjoy games like that, but that kind of plays into the like thing I was talking about earlier with God of War, where it's like I feel like you have to like it takes time to get back into the groove of things, and it's just like a commitment I don't know if I really want to make anytime soon. So yeah, Bloodborne at some point, maybe. Who knows? Probably not, but we'll see in the future. And then the last one I started, I have it on the Switch, was Tormented Souls. It seemed pretty interesting. And the only reason I put like I did kind of think of it before I did the list, but the only reason I put it on the list is because I was on Steam and I just happened to scroll across the second one. Second one looks pretty good too, so I'm like, all right, well, maybe I should finish the first one and try and play the second one. But yeah, those are some of the artwork that is some of the artwork that I did throughout October. Some of the longer versions of it, not just the 60-second quick shorts. Um, which I don't know, maybe I might. do all the shorts in one video, or not all of them, but like a couple of them in each video, just to kind of like save a little more time. Or maybe I'll just do like how I'm doing right now, do the short videos and then long form, maybe try and squeeze in like five at a time just to kind of get through all, because I did, like I said, I did one thing um, through all of October. Although some of them, like the last week, like this week and last week, like I said, I did portraits, and those didn't take me as long. So those are probably going to be a lot shorter in length for the video. Um, so I'll probably be able to squeeze more of those into one video. So it's not like having 8 videos just to get through October and everything like that. And I also have other projects I want to start working on, like character design and stuff like that. Fake like video game idea. Like I have like a fighting game video game idea that I just want to do like the character designs and like mess with animations and stuff like that. Not really make the game because I don't really have an interest in making the game any game right now. But I do want to make the artwork for a game, so I figured why not pretend like I have a a company I'm working for. It's better than nothing, I guess. Right? I guess. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. Those are some of my favorite scary games. Some of the games that I want to play that I haven't gotten a chance to, and some of the games that I want to finish. I'm sure there's more that I wanted, more that I can finish that I want to. I just wasn't able to think of it. I went through Steam a little bit to see if there was anything, but anyway, yeah. Thanks for checking into the video. I'll be back here at some point. Probably I might be doing videos weekly. Um, but it might actually just be bi-weekly. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to make the videos. I mean, this seems pretty easy. I just put all the video reels together, record like I'm doing now, and then just call it a day. So I don't know. We'll see. At the very least, bi-weekly, just to get more videos out there. But every time I make artwork, I'm gonna do the YouTube shorts, and then I'll do more long form, kind of like this, and just kind of talk. So, yeah, thanks. And happy Halloween.